achievements and acts of heroism. Madam Speaker, 65 years ago, this Saturday marks the 65th anniversary of the beginning of Operation Overlord, commonly referred to as D-Day, and what would be the largest single amphibious assault in the history of the world. On June 6, 1944, the Supreme Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force, General Dwight D. Eisenhower, said in his official message to the soldiers, sailors, and airmen, "You are about to embark upon the great crusade towards which we have striven for many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you, in company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts. You will bring about destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of France, Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world." General Eisenhower then went on to express his confidence in their courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle, reminding our young men that the United States would accept nothing less than full victory. And so these brave and selfless young men, in the face of incredible danger and challenges, assaulted the Atlantic Wall, a series of military fortifications along Normandy's coast that consisted of minefields, bunkers, and artillery emplacements. They courageously bombarded these fortifications, parachuted and glided behind enemy lines, and stormed the beaches codenamed Utah, Omaha, Juneau, and Sword to break the grip of Nazi and fascist regimes and restore the hope of freedom to Europe and the entire world. These were young men like combat medic and surgical technician Warren D. Blaylock of Alma, Arkansas, who served in the 67th Evacuation Hospital, which arrived at Utah Beach shortly following the initial invasion forces. One of Warren's responsibilities was to seek out suitable places to treat and care for the wounded, tents, schools, buildings, or any other suitable cover that could be found to protect the wounded and other personnel from fire. In one instance, Warren recalls a situation in which German machine gun fire strafed his immediate area and he dove into a foxhole. At that same moment, another soldier dove into the same hole, landing on top of him, angrily cursing the enemy. Warren looked up, and it was none other than his good friend Clovis Bryant from Van Buren, Arkansas, who would later become an Arkansas state senator. Warren would serve in 5 campaigns during his 2 years in Europe, and part of which in support of Patton's Third Army in the Bastogne area, until he was held behind to care for 23 wounded soldiers, all of whom survived thanks to his direct and excellent care. Warren D. Blaylock received the Bronze Star and the World War II Victory Medal for his service, and while he's just one of many Arkansas native sons who served during this very dangerous time, his story is a testimony to their bravery, skill, and personal sacrifice in the name of freedom. This resolution honors Warren and all of those who fought to bring peace to Europe. So I would ask all members of Congress to take pause this Saturday and remember the great accomplishments of these service members and what the world might have been if not for the bravery, skill, and selfless determination to preserve the universal human right of freedom. I encourage all of my colleagues to thank those service members on the 65th anniversary of their great endeavor for all of the sacrifices made by them and their entire generation to secure victory and peace for all freedom-loving people of the world. I would also like to express my appreciation to Chairman Skelton and his staff for their assistance in bringing forward this resolution, as well as to Mr. McHugh and his staff, so that we might bring this to the House floor in time to honor these service members prior to the 65th anniversary of this great feat. I strongly encourage my colleagues to vote yes on this resolution and yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman from Arkansas yields. The gentleman from Maryland.
I continue to reserve the balance of my time, Madam Speaker.
The gentleman reserves the balance of his time.
I yield back my time.
Madam Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back the balance of his time. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and agree to House Resolution 259 as amended? Those in